Hello everyone, this is Rahul. Thank you for joining today and hope everything is good at your end. So people are still joining. We'll start in couple of minutes. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon and good evening based on from where you are joining. My name is Himanshu Rukdikar and I'll be your host for the day. So as all of you know, Excel is one of the most important tool or software that is used across different verticals or different industries, and it's very important to be able to automate data efficiently. However, there are some challenges. There are easy ways and difficult ways to do it. There are compliances that need to be followed, and today we are presenting some of the things that you can do in Excel automation using Automation Edge. Today's webinar will be conducted by my colleague Jinsi Umen. Jinsi is a solution consultant at Automation Edge with a good experience and hands-on with the tool. And she will be taking you through the webinar today. She will start with a few slides and then she'll also show you some live demos to see how things actually are done in action. With that, Jinsi, I hand it over to you. Please take it ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Himanshu, and hello everyone. So today we'll be talking about how we can automate all your Excel related processes without even having to open Excel, and that also while adhering to all the necessary server compliances. So let us go ahead and look at it. So these are the basic notes that you need to keep in mind. We will have a question answer session at the end. Now, the basic agenda was, as we have already discussed, we'll be looking into Excel automation, few of the unique capabilities available with Automation Edge, using which you can actually extract, transform, and load your data coming in from different sources, and how with the help of the ready connectors available with Automation Edge, you can actually make the developer life quite easy. Before we begin, we would just like to introduce you to Automation Edge's pay-as-you-go automation, which is a consumption-based pricing. You can get the details of this on our website. You have to just go on www.automationedge.com and click on RPA as a service. Now coming to automation, Excel automation. So here, with the help of the ready connectors and plugins that we have made Excel automation very simple, because if you have to do all of this manually, it incurs in a lot of manual errors, it is time consuming, and you have basically MISs have to be done every month, every quarter. So it is a repetitive process which consumes a lot of human efforts and time. With the Automation Edge capability to automate your Excel, you do not need to have an active screen. Everything is going to be handled in the backend. Even if you do not have a proprietary Excel license, you can still go ahead and automate your Excel processes. It is almost 10 times faster as compared to any other RPA tool. We can work with different files with different headers. Your spreadsheets can be accepted in different formats, and you can also work with different sequences of columns. Moving ahead, now we can handle data coming in from different sources. So basically all the activities that you do on data, such as extracting, transforming, load, such as processing data coming in from different sources, various formulas that you want to apply, such as VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, conditional formatting, all of this can be handled with our large data handling capability. And after this pre-processing is done on the data, this can then go ahead to any of your target systems. It could be your IT systems or your business systems. And the benefits that you get along with this is a 10 times of faster processing speed. This basically is useful in generating reports, reconciliation activities in the BFSI domain for fraud detection, master data handling, Excel processing, etc. Let's have an insight into the reconciliation process. Basically, it is a process of comparing different sets of data to check and confirm that they have the same entries or pairs in a specific predefined way, and ensure that the records from 2 or more sources are correct and comparable. So basically, you will extract data from different sources, do a lot of manual process. Basically, if you do not have the automation capability, then you have to do it manually. And then finally, you have the output file. But with Automation Edge, all of the manual process can be easily automated with the help of the ready connectors that we have. I will show you all of these ready connectors while we move on to the actual product demo. The different scopes of reconciliation in different industries are as follows. So in the BFSI operation, we have these list of activities where reconciliation is required: finance and accounting, CMS and treasury, as well as wealth management. Now, basically, the challenges are, again, it's a lot of time consuming. If you have to do it manually, there are chances of errors because you're dealing with millions of records of data. There could be changes in data and business rules, so you have to keep changing that in your reconciliation report, and along with handling the data growth and complexity. Now coming to the ready plugins that you have. So in Automation Edge Process Studio, which is a design studio, you will have all of these ready actions for sorting, for inserting rows, for various filtering options, validate your information, applying conditional formatting, duplicate data removal or identifying duplicate data, deduplication activities such as formula you want to apply, you want to group and ungroup your data, logical functions, lookup functionalities, creating and deleting tables, and the various formattings as well. Now, the potential outcomes of automation is that it will reduce the manual efforts, which is cumbersome in transaction making. This can be performed on hourly, daily, or you can schedule it as per your requirement because you don't have to deploy a human. Everything is going to be automated. It can achieve a good amount of reduction in your turnaround time. It can be scaled across different branches, that too across the globe, with an increased accuracy of automation in reconciliation or any other automated email reports. So that was all from the presentation part of you. Let me quickly take you to the product demo. So I'm going to run all of these product demo from the design studio, which we call as a process studio. So this is basically the design studio wherein we're going to model your business processes for the purpose of automation. We have various windows here for your debugging activities, the canvas for modeling your automation, the project explorer wherein you will get all the details relevant to your product. And in this section here, you can find the list of ready connectors that we have. So what I'll do is I'll quickly expand this list and show you the list of connectors that we have. I'll quickly scroll down because this is a combination of IT, business, RPA plugins. For today's session, I will just show you the ETL capabilities and the plugins that we have for that purpose. So I'm quickly scrolling down to that section. So these are the input and output plugins. So if you can see, we can process your data coming in from different sources. It could be a CSV file, data grid, deserialized file, email message input, various rows that you want to generate, random row generation, your JSON input, your LDAP input, any kind of tabular data input that you want. All of these are available. Similarly, while the execution is completed, you can also have the output data in different forms. So it could again be a JSON output, a Microsoft Excel output. You can write it onto a Microsoft Excel along with the formulas and other formatting. It could be Salesforce output, various different files, text file output, etc. To scroller and showcase to you the various functionalities that we perform. So here you will see all the row normalized, denormalized, setting fields to constant values, splitting fields, concatenating fields, calculator activities, string operations. All of these are available in this list. And as I mentioned earlier, even if you do not have a proprietary Excel license, you can still go ahead and automate your Excel processes with the help of these ready connectors that we have for different activities. Now, this is only for your calculations and MIS operations, but if you want to perform macros, then you need to have a user license. Now, let me take you to a few of the processes that I have, so you will get a better idea on how you can actually implement it in the real life scenarios. So I have one of these processes here, which is about employee salary, and I'm going to showcase to you conditional formatting in this case. So I have a first file, which is in Excel format. And if you see, if I want to preview the contents of this file, I don't have to open Excel separately. I have this option of preview rows within this plugin itself. So I can preview the rows and you can look at the contents of the first file, which is going to be an employee ID and an employee name. So this is my first file. Because your files could come in from different sources, we are also giving you an example accordingly. This is a salary detail of that employee. So here also you will find the employee ID and the salary of that person. Now the common key that we have is the employee ID, which is there in both of these files, using which we are going to merge these files together using the merge data plugin. So this is where we have specified the merging to be done by the employee ID. And after which we have the output coming into one single file. Now, what we are doing here exactly is we are applying conditional formatting on the employee salary. So with that, we can bifurcate the different salaries. So people who are having a salary from 5,000 to 9,000 will have a different color code. Person having a salary of 10,000 will have a different color code. 11,000 to 15,000 into a different code, and about 20,000 we are giving a different color code. So this is the conditional formatting that we're applying. Now, this conditional formatting can be simply applied by means of a template that we're attaching here. So if you already have a conditional formatting in either of your Excel files, you can remove the data from that file and use it as a template, which you can attach in this Microsoft Excel writer. So while your output is generated, the template or the rules in that file will also be applied to that input data. So this is where I've attached the template file. I will also go ahead and show you the template file and the rules that I have on that file. Before that, I will execute this workflow. So I have to just click on the run button here and the workflow execution starts. You can see how we process records at batches, owing to which we have this very high speed of processing this data. And this activity is just completed in 2.2 seconds. This is how I will have my output file wherein I have the employee ID, the name and the salary of the employees. Let me go ahead and also show you the output file that I have. So I have it in one of my folders here. I'm just going to open that folder and show you the file. So you can see this is a salary details file. This is just generated now on the 11th of August at 12:43 p.m. So if you observe here, we have this color coding wherein the salary of 10,000 is in a different color, 5 to 9,000 is in a different color, and so on. Now let me also go ahead and show you the template file. So this is where I have the template file. So this file is blank with no information because this is a template. But if you go to manage rules, you will be able to see the rules that are applied on this worksheet. So you can see this is the color coding that you just saw on the employee data output file. So this is how you can do conditional formatting just with a single step with the help of the ready connectors that we have. Let me take you to the other processes now. The next workflow that I'm going to show you, or the next business process I'm going to show you, is how you can actually have pivot activities done with the help of the denormalizer plugin, row denormalizer plugin that we have in our Process Studio. So here I have an input file. Now, basically, we have to apply a pivot wherein we have a lot of amount of data and we want it in a consolidated format. Like you have all the company names here, but this is not the good form of data to send it across to any of the stakeholders. You just want one consolidated form of the company name along with their monthly total sales month-wise. So here we have the company name, we have the month, and we have their total monthly sale. Now we want all of this in a proper format, and that is where we have to use a pivot. I'm going to showcase to you how you can achieve with this with the help of the row denormalizer plugin that is available. And if I open the plugin and quickly explain it to you, we're going to group the fields with the by means of the company name. The target field is going to be Jan, Feb, March, April. These are the months, and the value that you want there is a monthly total sale against each of these months. So that are the parameters that we have configured here. And then finally, I have an Excel file wherein I will have the final information. Now I'm going to execute this. In the Microsoft Excel writer, you can define the location where you want to save this file as well. You just browse the location and there your output file will be finally saved. So my execution has been completed. If I want to preview the data, I can preview it here as well. So this is how my final data will look like. And I also have a file specified in this location as result. I will also go ahead and show that file to you. So in the folder that I have for pivot, I have this final output file as result, which is generated right now. And if you can see, this is the output that you get, which you can achieve with pivot, that you can simply achieve in the AE platform with the row denormalizer plugin. Let's look at another workflow. Now, in many cases, you want the formula to be reflecting in your Excel output file. So basically, you do not want the final output. Rather, you want the formula to be there in the column itself, so that tomorrow, if you want to change the data, you get the relevant respective output for that. So that is what we're going to do here. I have an Excel file input here. I'll quickly show you the details. This is just going to be basic employee details with their per day salary. So I have the ID, the name, number of present days, and their rate per day, and the category, which is a row number. Now, what I'm going to do here is I have written a small JavaScript. This is basically just for the addition of two columns together, which is column C and D. And I'm going to pass that into the Microsoft Excel writer. So the Microsoft Excel writer is wherein you will have the final output file. You browse the location where you want to save this file. And when you go to the content tab here, in the lower part of the section, you can do all the other configurations that you want to have in that file. For example, you want to have a specific format for your output data. You want to copy the style coming in from any of your cells, you can specify that. The header and footer style can also be configured. In addition to it, you have the fields that contain formula. So if you want to pass formula, then in this option, you can select yes, and this formula will be available in that particular column. So this is how you can configure all of these parameters. I will close this plugin and execute this for you. So this has been executed, and you can look at the output file here. So this is how I will get the formula in the output. Let me showcase to you how you can see it in Excel. I'll just open the folder where I have this file. And this is my output file. I'll just open that and showcase to you how you can see the formulas. So here I have the output value, which is the addition of column C and D. And if I click on the data here, you will be able to see that I have the data in column F2, but if I click on that, you can see that the formula is applied. So this is how you can get a formula in your Excel file with the help of the Microsoft Excel Writer configuration capability. Now I'm going to, next workflow that I'm going to showcase to you will help you understand the speed at which we process that data. So I'm going to open the salary processing that is available here. So this is basically a normal salary processing of 258,000 employees. Showcase that so that you can get an idea of how quickly we can process data. I have 3 Excel files here. The first Excel file has the employee name, number, and department details. The second Excel file has the employee attendance detail, and then you have the third file which has the employee allowance detail. I will just preview one of the files for you. So this is how the data of the file looks. We have employee name, ID, and the designation. Similar to the earlier files that I showcased to you, we are going to merge all of this together using the merge data plugin, wherein the employee ID is going to be the common key. We have the calculator plugin to attend to all the calculation requirements, addition, subtraction, multiplication. Apart from that, we also do checksum, comparison of strings using different algorithms. So it is a huge list of activities that we can do with the calculator. And then we have all of this information into one single file. So we're doing around 11 calculations on each of these entries, which is a total of 2.838 million calculation. And this entire activity will be completed in less than a minute. So this is the speed of our data processing. I'm going to execute it. And you can look at how we process records in batches. So it's not that we complete the entire record processing for one record and then we take the next record. We have parallel processing capability, owing to which we have achieved this very high speed of processing data. And if you observe in the entire execution, you do not have Excel opening anywhere. And this is how Automation Edge Ready plugins actually helps you automate Excel processes, which is basically unattended. So the execution is completed for 258,000 records. The time required to be exact was just 17.3 seconds. Even if you do it manually with an Excel export, it will still require you a minimum of 1 hour. But with automation, you can complete it in just 17.3 seconds. Let me go ahead and show you the output file to you. It is going to be in the same folder. Here I have salary processing, and you can look at the final salary calculation file. I'll just open that file and show you all the fields that we have calculated. So ideally, the amount of time required to open the Excel was the time required to actually process it. So you can see here, we have the basic salary, the allowances, the net salary, the total salary calculated for all of these employees. And if I just scroll down, I'm just going to confirm the number of records for you. So you can see that we have processed around 2,58,000 records. I'll just take this slightly down. So you can see this is the amount of data that we have processed in just 17.3 seconds. Now let me showcase to you our fuzzy match capability, which is mainly used in the BFSI domain for deduplication and anti-money laundering activities. So this is basically used to compare together two strings. You could compare name, addresses, policy numbers, or phone numbers to detect any kind of fraudulent practices or for anti-money laundering activity. So here what I have done is I have two inputs. I have generated that input by using the add constant row plugin. So I have two names. You can see Seema, John, Thomas, Anne, Mary, June, all of these list of 12 names that I have in my first file. The second file, I also have same names, but what I have done is I've simply changed the spellings to showcase to you how we compare the names. And these two names I'm going to compare using the fuzzy match plugin. So I have specified the source files, I have specified the mainstream, and here we have different algorithms which we have kept open for your customers to decide. You can use any of these algorithms to actually automate your processes for this fuzzy match. With these algorithms, we have also specified minimal and maximal value. So the names that are an exact match will have a maximal value of 1, and the names that do not match at all will have a value of 0. So going ahead, you can separate these files, like I can have the match name, the unmatched names. I can also have a threshold value with a filter plugin available, wherein I can decide the names that are matching above 50%, I want it in a different file. So all of these things are possible. And then we have used a filter route to separate the exactly matched names and the unmatched names. So I'm going to run this and you will look at the output. I will also show you how to get the outputs. In the match names, you can see if I preview the data, you have names that exactly match, which is having a measure value of 1. And in the unmatched names, you can look at the measure value. So John and John were having different spellings, and that is why they have a measure value of 0.9. As you go down, you can see all the measure values and the names that were matched together. So this is how you can match together names, or you can match together policy numbers, phone numbers, or any field that you want. Now, these were all processes that I showcased to you from the Process Studio. I will show you one more process so that you have a complete dashboard, you have reports, you have pivots, and you have interactive dashboards in the output files. For that, I'm going to trigger a report from the Automation Edge UI. So this is a UI from where you can trigger reports from the catalog. Oh, let me just quickly log in here. You can have server health check reports, you have your salary processing, you can have any other report that are required for your business processes. So from the orchestrator, I'm going to go to the catalog tab from where you can trigger your process manually. I have a COVID health report. This is basically of the COVID bot that we had launched in the year April 2020 to get health reports of all the employees. So I will get a consolidated information of all the health status of the employees within my organization. I have to just click on the report and click on the submit button and I get the report. I'll go to the request tab and show you the status of execution. You can see the execution has just started today. I'll just give it around 30 seconds. You can see the execution is completed. I'm going to download the file from here in the interest of time, but if you want to send it across to any of the stakeholders, we also have that provision available. So I'll just quickly open that file. So if you can see here, we have highlighted all the employees who have tested positive and undergoing treatment for COVID, employees who are in quarantine, employees who are showing symptoms, and who are completely healthy as well. So this was a detailed summary. We can have a status-wise summary. You can have graphs. You can select from these graphs if you want to particularly look at people who are showing symptoms or who are sick. We have a state-wise location count. So based on different locations here, I can look at the count. So how many of my employees are exposed to sick people in different locations. Similarly, I also have this location-wise count here. So I can look at in Pune, how many people are healthy, or in Berlin, I can get the entire list of people who are in quarantine or people who have been tested positive. So this is how you can get interactive dashboards and various reports also with the Excel automation capability available with Automation Edge. So that is all from my end. If you have any questions, we are open to taking questions now.
Hey, thanks, Jinsi. Thanks for that session. So we do have a couple of questions. I'll take them. Because we just have a couple of minutes left, we might not be able to take all of them. but we will get back to you on your registered email IDs with the answers. So one of the questions that I'm seeing is, we used Excel while showing you the result files, but in one of the earlier slides it was mentioned that Excel is not needed. Can you please explain that? Definitely. So see, Excel is not required, as Jinsi mentioned, unless and until you are using Excel macros, which is a proprietary Microsoft technology, in which case, of course, you need to use a license. But otherwise, you do not need license to showcase any of these. Jinsi was essentially using Excel because we just wanted to show you the output files that in a proper format that was there, instead of just showing you the long list of data, which Jinsi could have showcased as she was doing with preview data or preview data tab or preview rows of the plugins. So Excel for processing is not required, but if you want to essentially use Excel, right? In this case, we are simply using Excel to showcase it, which is completely optional. Then that is where Excel is used. But for automation or for writing workflows, Excel is absolutely not required. Okay, I'll just take one more question because we are on top of the hour. So this question is, can you interact with different file formats in the same workflow? And does it need to have headers? So that is one of the strengths of Automation Edge. As Jinsi mentioned in one of her slides, you can have a single workflow which is dealing with open office format documents, which is dealing with CSVs, XLS, XLSX, which is basically 2003 to 2007, and then the format after that. You can have rows with headers, without headers. You can have rows that have different positions and so on, and still we will be able to automate it in the same way. There are different libraries which are built into the product which allow you to use the different types of plugins as a part of the same workflow and eventually output it in a normalized format. Okay, so since we are on the top of the hour, we don't want to overshoot much. There are still a few questions left. As promised, we'll get back to you over email in terms to answer those. And if you require, we can also share a few sample workflows for you. So that's it from us for today's session. It was great to have you or have all of you here. It is really overwhelming response, and genuinely hope to keep the conversation going. We will be having some more developer oriented webinars as a part of this series. So stay tuned. Be subscribed to our website and mailers so that you can find out more about them. And based on wherever you are, ensure you are vaccinated, stay safe, wear masks, and follow all the COVID norms to keep yourself and your loved ones safe. Thank you so much for joining us. That's it for today. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.